What's up, everybody? Super Micro Computer Inc. Okay, I had a video out. It unfortunately didn't have any sound, so I'm just going to quickly buzz through this. It might not be as good or detailed as the last one. The last one was 35 minutes. As you can see, the stock got absolutely slaughtered today, and it was fully predicted by myself. So anybody who watches me or follows me, okay, everybody in this Discord here, they would have already known about this. But the fact is I put it out on video yesterday, so 21 hours ago. You probably can't see this, so I'll try to zoom. So 21 hours ago, I put out SMCI 99 RSI, guys. It was 99.22 RSI, the most of any stock ever. Very informative video right here. Time to short. There was no hidden messages. There was no not financial advice. I said it's time to short this stock, and that's what I'm doing, and that's what I did. You literally could have become a millionaire today, guys, on less than $10,000. Okay, less than 10 grand, you're a millionaire. 900 strike. So you picture it this way, okay? The stock ran up to 1,000. Let's just completely exclude what happened in the pre-market, okay? It's irrelevant because if you look back at this, of all of the stocks that have went parabolic, it did so in the pre-market and then immediately collapsed as market open. Happened with AMC, happened with GameStop, happened with all of them pretty much. They manipulated in the pre-market and then they fire sell it as soon as markets open, because they're using all that FOMO and liquidity to exit. Anyways, the 900 put strike, okay, it opened at 67 cents. The stock went up a little bit at one point, so the low was 60, but it was essentially, if you got in at 67 cents, you times that by 100, that means each contract cost you only $67, okay, for one contract. And at the end of the day, if you held throughout the whole day, it got turned into $9,540, okay? At the peak, it was 99, so $9,900, right? A $1 million divided by 9,540, okay, would have only been 104 contracts times 67 bucks per contract, $7,000 on puts today on the 900 strike, right at open, just right at open. You are a millionaire today, guys. I fucked up. I shorted physical shares because I wanted to play it in the pre-market because I thought it would be crashing in the pre-market, and it did the opposite. It pumped. So the second I had an opportunity to close it out at around I closed it out at 1,030, 1,025, and 1,013. Unfortunately, looks like I even closed. Yeah, here I'll just post, or I'll just show you where I closed it at. So you can see I was covering, right? Oh, sorry. Covering at 1,023, 1,013, 1,035. I made pennies, guys. I made only like 200 bucks on the play. The literal most granddaddiest play of all time. No other stock has even been this high. It was a no-brainer. I said as much in my video. I didn't take my own advice. So I was clearly hoping today someone else took my advice other than me, because I just sort of brain farted when when I was getting out of my position. I didn't think to convert to puts. I don't know why. Irrelevant. I gave the info out to people in hopes that they would act on it. Okay, on my StockTwits profile, right earlier, at all throughout the day, I was letting people know that I'm short 3:30 in the morning. 3:30 in the morning. I'm short 1,008, 1,030, 1,050, and then eventually 1,060, 1,000, 1,057, sorry, 1,067 and 1,072. It's a lot of money, 10 shares short. You're talking $10,000. Okay, so I was about 41,000 in. So I just want to show you that this is making me physically ill at this point. is not the FOMO on the way. I didn't care about the pump up. I don't give a shit because I don't buy into the FOMO pump hyper bullshit. That's why you have stocks like Mullen, MMTLP, AMC, GameStop, Bed Bath & Beyond, Peloton, all these dumpster fires that have amounted to nothing at all. It's all predicated on FOMO pumper hyper bullshit. Holo, same difference. I had $41,000 in physical shares. If I had that exact same amount of capital set aside in 67 options, that's 611 options. So like an extra $1 or $2 or $5, I get 612 contracts that eventually wound up to become $9,500, right? $5.8 million. Like I literally missed out on more money than probably anyone watching can even fathom. I can fathom it because I had $2 million from the AMC squeeze, which I rode down to 14 from 72. So I've been there. I've been waiting and lying in wait with the Discord with the crew for a while now for something so spicy like this to come along and reveal itself. I'd been shorting some of it along the way as it went up, shorting it, closing. But today was the singular day to get puts. Anyone who says, I think we're gonna ride it up from here. Maybe you missed the drop, but we'll ride the peak. We'll ride it. No, there's no more riding up, guys. This thing's toast. This thing is gonna check that 510. Okay, it's probably gonna go 510, 520. You could possibly get a psychological 550. It's coming down. There's no. I don't have any doubts about it. Your RSI was 99.22. It is now 66. That's your only saving grace on it. Is it RSI reset? But despite the fact RSI reset, you were shown the real hand here by big money. Is they don't have any interest in holding this stock at these prices. None whatsoever. All these gaps were filled in a single day. You still have to come back and check this line. That's only going to take it back, guys. It's only going to take it back to February 1st. They have those price targets that they set out. They sent out their minions from B of A and Morgan Stanley to tell you guys 940 and 1040. Those are a year or multiple years out. Okay, that wasn't designed to be. It's going to pump to that yesterday, which is exactly what it did. Totally ridiculous and absurd. Everybody who was greedy on this play today, on the final day on options trading, you got smoked. When they added the 1500 and the 1400 and the 13 and the 12 and the 1100 strikes, that was just to steal your money because of pure greed. And every time people get greedy on a parabolic up and a parabolic down follows those greedy people, they're the ones that get burned. Big money doesn't get burned. Their computers are doing this all for them. They don't lose a dime on this shit. If anything, they literally just made, most likely, billions of dollars on the downside today on this. Because they're the ones setting it up and bringing it down. I'd be extra cautious going forward with them. Like I said, they didn't invent the wheel here. They run servers. And now that other companies out there in the world are going to see just how much money they pumped by being listed and just saying the words AI, because what the hell does their servers have to do with AI? Let's be real. Nothing at all that it doesn't already. They're gonna come in and move into the marketplace as well and get listed on the stock exchange. Be ready to pump those and subsequently dump them, because that's probably what is exactly going to happen. And then that is going to take even more money away from them, because people are going to realize, like, oh my god, this thing was $70. I don't want to be in here. I'm up hundreds of percent already. I don't need to be in a stock that's up 70, that's from $70 completely vertical to 1,077. Like, you've got to be mental to not see that that's going to come down. And the reason, like I said, it's going to see another red bar. That one red bar today is not enough. That one red bar only brought it to like 815. Okay? So here's what you have right now. You have a red bar that brought it from here to 815. And you have this line here that's going to need to eventually coalesce something like maybe like that. So you're going to have this coming in hot, probably right down to 600. And then if you're lucky and you're long, you're going to get a pop. You might even get a second pop because of FOMO. And then most likely, same thing. I'm just going to double check. We call that a retest. It's going to retest that 13 extended moving average, and it's either going to play out. Let me actually put the blue line there. It's going to play out for you all, or it's going to fail and break and go to further to the downside to check this 48 extending moving average. Maybe I should use the right colors for you. Well, I guess either way, whatever. This green line, that's the 1300 moving average. Okay. This purple line, that's the 48. Purple, blue, whatever. This is the 200. The 200 is scary. I don't think it's going to go back there. I think they've determined that it's obviously, when they're giving price targets, that they're giving much higher than that. But I would absolutely not be shocked in the slightest to see this move back to 600, possibly even lower, right? If we go to the 1 year, 1 day, you know, it's saying $740, and then you're getting your 48 moving averages around 512. So you're looking anywhere from that 400 mark to like 520, 730. I really, the amount of sell pressure, I don't think it pops up. But hey, I could be wrong. I'm not the savant. I was completely right on Bed Bath & Beyond. I was completely right on Mullen. I was completely right on SBNY, the big bank that failed. Completely right. Shorted it at 118, woke up 113 and woke up to 18 cents closeout. Best short I've ever had in my entire life. I do want to reiterate, because some of you might be getting mad because I'm talking about shorting. You need to grow up, straight up. If hearing someone discuss shorting a stock frustrates you or makes you think like an AMC GameStop noob, where you're like, oh, you're clown, you're a clown, you short, you're evil, you're evil person. Okay, I'm not the evil person. The evil things in life are greed, which is what you were when you were in this play, thinking it was going to go higher from 1,000 at 99 RSI. So you're uneducated because you're not learning how to chart, which we do in this Discord, and I have premium classes. We do it every second week of the month. There's 15 already because this Discord's been around for over a year, and you get all future ones. You sign up for premium, you get access to all that. Maybe you can actually learn to be a trader and learn the patterns and playing both sides to your advantage to bring your personal wealth up, because the market doesn't care about you. This I hodl for you, that's a lie. No one hodls for you. Nobody. They don't give a shit. They're in it for themselves, as they should be. You need to look out for you, okay? So the people that short stocks that are like SMCI up 6,600% in 5 years and up 500% in 1 month, those people are evil. The people that pump it on StockTwits and tell you $2,000 or $1,500 because they added $1,500 change, $2,000. I saw $10,000. I saw $1 million. You also saw that with AMC and you saw that with GameStop. I don't know if it's troll or if these people are sincere with this. They're evil. The companies that come out and give 940 and 1,040 price targets, they're evil. Because where were you a month ago and where were you 2 months ago? This company is from like 2013, something like that. It ain't new. Where the fuck were you? You didn't exist. They didn't change anything about what they do. Where were you? You're just a lying, scamming pumper who rug pulled people today. The people in Bed Bath & Beyond. Okay, that company was taking out loan after loan after loan. It had $1.3 billion in loans. And then they had Ryan Cohen come in because they know all you guys follow Ryan Cohen. I don't give a shit about him, and I think he's a scammer. He comes in, he buys stock, everybody pumps it up. He sells every single share. The stock plummets from 30 to 14 one day after I do a YouTube video on it. Okay, I don't think I don't have it queued up or anything, but if you were on my channel and you were like BBBYQ, I don't even know, like BBBY, you're gonna see a bunch of videos pop up, right? Walk and talk, stock whisperer. That's what I used to call myself. I need to go stock whisperer. But anyways, BBBY, Ryan Cohen, bankrupt, not surprised. Kept talking, like I talked about it for a very long time, trying to save people from getting destroyed on that stock, pretty much. Which they did. It's gone now. SBNY, Mullen was, if you account for stock splits, okay, Mullen was like $7,000 or something mental. 20,000. 357,000. This is legit. This is just like AMC, right? Because AMC was $72 like 60 cents or something, right? But it reversed stock split 10 to 1. So 10 times 72 is 726, right? So Mullen has reverse split so many times that original investors, it would have been like them paying $357,000 for one share, and currently today it is $9 today. I don't even know how it's 9, guys. This is an absolute dumpster fire turd. Anyone pumping this deserves to get crushed. They don't make anything. But anyway, this isn't a video about Mullen. This is just me saying, like, I tried to tell people on StockTwits, on Facebook, or sorry, not on Facebook, on YouTube, and on my Discord, SMCI, it's going to go down, and it's going to go down hard. And I gave an $800 price target when the thing was $1,050, $1,070. I didn't change that. I didn't say anything else. The only other number that was even mentioned was 900, because at the time the 13 EMA was 900, but I saw additional support at the 800 level. Then as well in my Discord, I mentioned 816 throughout the day. Okay. I don't know why it's only showing one post. The search function on this is not the best. Yeah, here we go. Okay, looking like, so the stock at one point, guys, was as low as 846. So it already fallen. It did not fall 158. You have to add another $80 on that, because in the pre-market it went up $80. So it was down like $238 at that point. And I still inform my Discord that I believe there is still more downside on the stock. And here you can see the lines of support is 704. I didn't say 704. I said 816, because where would 816 be? And I'll just show you, what I was thinking is if you pull this up, okay. What I was looking at was I was trying to find basically in between, or like somewhere kind of in the middle of these two candles, which would be, the very bottom of this candle is like 822, but at the time when I was looking at it, it was like this. It was a very small chart, so I thought that was like 816 or something like that. That's why I said 816. So like I was literally $6 off on that, because I went with the body of the candle of the previous wick, right? Or the body of the previous candle from the previous day is what I meant to say. Like I said, it's 9:30. I didn't sleep tonight. I've been up the entire night because of SMCI, and I knew it would just be an absolutely insane bonkers play, and I wanted people to get in on it in the Discord, and I wanted to create millionaires today. We personally didn't have any. I'm still fishing, but well, we might, because people that make that kind of money, they're not going to make it very public. Let's put it that way. I did receive a large tip today. The individual was made 27,000 this month, or sorry, this week. We had another individual. She went from $1,500 to $6,000, so she made 400% profits. Obviously those are not your life-changing wins like the, well, I mean, 2028 ain't bad for a lot of people, but I mean, we're talking turning a mere $7,000 into $1,000,000. All I could do is caution you going forward with this whole AI movement, okay? Don't automatically assume everything is free money play on the AI. Don't automatically assume just because it's a small float, it can be squoze. And if you do that, expect some extreme volatility. There's literally 100 shares or 100 stocks out there that is low float. Typically, a low float stock is just a dumpster fire pile. That's why it's low. They could only raise 5 million or 25 million or whatever the case during their initial offering. So we have 5 million shares at a million or at a dollar each, right? Or at $5 each, so 25 million bucks, right? And then they often go down into the single digits or something before they can, they have to do a reverse split like Mullen to stay listed or whoever. Just be careful with those people. You want to be in this Discord where it's no bullshit, right? The individual who did tip me today, that's exactly what he wrote. He said, and personally, I think you should want to be a part of a Discord that's ran by someone like this, and not by a bot or someone who isn't there. I'm in the Discord like every day, okay? He said that I like this Discord because it's transparent and no bullshit, and I'm very anti. Kevin, is very anti-hype and FOMO bullshit. All right, and he said he's hesitant to post a big game, but that pretty much sums it up, right? We're in here to make money up and down. We're not here to save companies. We're not here to be heroes. We're not here to make we're here to inform one another and then try to make educational decisions based on that. I have, how many posts do I have? I have 79,000 posts. It's not like I just sit around in short stocks, guys. We went long on Carnival Cruise at $6. It went to 19, over 300%. We went long on Intel at 24. It hit like $50, 100%. What do you think the options did there? We went long on Disney at 80, 80. It's like 112, and it was like 120, or 115 or something. We went in at 80. That's all in the 401k section. I've been talking a lot about RXRX right now. That's the NVIDIA drug company that they put $79 million into. Retail wants to pump sound. They put $3.7 million into sound, guys. 3.7 million. If you shaved 2 cents off of their stock, that pays for their sound. 2 cents. They don't care about that at all. That's just like a whatever. Throw 2 cents a share at it. Right? Sound or RXRX, that's something NVIDIA wants to get into on the medical side. Not saying that there's only upside there, but I gave my people multiple entries. 1185 today. This is for maybe for new people who found this through YouTube, right? I called out the RXRX and low RSI reversal, okay, and let them know. Triple bottom, 3 supports. Like, I'm drawing out charts. I'm just trying to find the exact post. Yeah, and it went up 1,000%, by the way. Just 1 second here. Okay, so here. So at 7:41 in the morning, which is 9:41 Eastern, so we're talking 11 minutes into trading, I said RXRX calls are probably going to go up quickly here. The stock was 1185, and I said it was oversold. Where did I say it was oversold? Yeah, here we go. Sorry. We got to go back. 6:42 in the morning. The market is not yet open. This is the exact chart. This is the exact chart. The market isn't open yet. The stock is 11.95, and look at the sell-off. Look at this. It's like SCMI. The sell-off is insane. The RSI is 23. I know that there's people into this stock, buying into the stock. I just know there is because it's NVIDIA related, specifically, legitimately NVIDIA related. NVIDIA put money into this. Okay. It gapped to 1350. It's now sub 12. It is a buy now. Okay. Then I said at 741. When there was extreme buying, it went from 11.85 to 12.85. It went up a full $1, and these calls were now green. The calls were green, 25%. Right? Look at the strike. 13.13 was 20%. Keep this number in mind. 20%. When I said specifically, okay, that the calls are going to go parabolic. Parabolic meaning rapidly up. Not 30%, 40%, like parabolic. Okay, that's what I said. There it is. There's the time, right? Nothing edited. And then you go to 5 minutes later. 5 minutes, 7:46. 5 minutes later. Okay, this is the kind of info and information and analysis you're getting in my Discord. Okay. 5 minutes later, tagging my old post. Okay, tagging my old post when it was 11.85. It's now 13.45. Parabolic move. That's not actually a very good color. Let's get the green going. Parabolic move. 13 strike. 220%. From 20. That's 10x. 1,000% on that itself. 20% to 220%. It's actually 11x, okay? So that's the kind of info you can get in the Discord, okay? And that was today. that was today. So not only did I, on a silver platter, let everybody know SCMI or SMCI is on its final legs of its record-setting run, record-setting rally, okay? No denying it. But I have other things going for you too. It's not just the one. I did a live stream. We went on to talk about Adobe. I did a few calls, just so you know. I did a few calls on SMCI today for reversals. Look at that. I made more money on the fucking reversals than I made on shorting it. This was the short. 50 quantity closed. I said 40, but because I only swung 10 in the pre-market, and then the other 40 was in the open market. We talked about Roku. We did a Roku flip live. That was I want to say that was 6 minutes or 12 minutes. $120. $120, 12 minutes. That's like over 500 an hour if you convert, 400 on calls. Those were quick reversals. I think one of those might have only been like 6 seconds or something crazy. That's how volatile it was when I was doing that. I definitely am not bullish on it, but I'm not opposed to seeing a stock being oversold and buying it, and a stock being incredibly overbought to the point where it's the most overbought stock on the entire planet that we've ever witnessed in 100 years of stock trading, and shorting it. And that's where I fucked up. I didn't short it at open with puts. I just shorted the stock, and there was no fucking, sure, if I held it, if I had conviction, there was money in that. I would have been up $10,000 actually, because I had, right, my average was 1,035. It went to 815. I closed at 815, let's say. Okay, so that's 220 a share times 40. That's okay. So 8,800. 8,800, and I made only $164 because I was a bitch ass. There's no other way about it. If you go to the 1 minute chart, which I was using the 3, I was not using the 1. Maybe should have considered the 1 because of the extreme volatility, right? I closed out here, which was a 200 EMA. I started shedding. I closed out here, which was well below the 13 EMA. I closed out there, which was well below the 13 EMA. It's in no man's land at this point. Look at the RSI. The RSI is oversold. I didn't give it, literally, guys, 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. It falls from 1020, 1013 where I closed. So see, 1013. 2 more minutes, 1013, all the way to $949. So 1013 minus 949 in 2 minutes times 40 shares. That would have been $2,560. And then obviously it continued for the whole day because once it was in motion, there was no stopping it. I believe that was where I played a call right there because the RSI was it was shot. I went with it. And then maybe somewhere down there I did it again. And then I left it. I got off for the day, and I was pretty disgusted with myself how I played that out. I literally settled for pennies when I could have changed not only my life, like my parents' life, perhaps my daughter's, my niece's life, a whole bunch of people's lives. I could have changed like that, and all of that is like. Something will come up again, and we'll be here in the Discord. We will be here. Something will come up. We'll be here to get it. Unfortunately, we have to wait for that moment. It won't be as violent as this. It's just there. I don't see that ever happening again. Unfortunately, even on Tuesday, if this was to go down to 512, like I don't think it's going to 512. Okay, 740 is nowhere near the kind of move we had today. That'd only be a $50 drop. If we go on that weekly chart, okay, yeah, maybe it does, right? We'll have to see. We'll play it then. But this Discord is the place to be if you want to know how and when to play this stock, I think, because I'm going to be one of the few people that's legitimately upfront and real with you. And as you saw, I grab calls. If this thing starts cooking, we're going to move up with it. We're not going to sit on the sidelines and watch it pass us by. We're going to go with it this time. I think he's going to dilute. I said it as much in my video. He'd be absolutely crazy not to have that set up this weekend and come back with news and say dilution. Hopefully he doesn't say it and in the pre-market, the CEO of SMCI, hopefully he doesn't say that, and maybe he saves it for the middle of the day or maybe later in the week or like next week, whatever, just later, because I want to be able to get entry. I don't want it to happen in the pre-market. He can raise at this price, even at 815, okay? If they double the float, guys, do the math. They're doubling their net. They're doubling the value of the company at the expense of shareholders, but they're going to double the value of the company. It'll take a nosedive, but even if they got $550 a share, if it nosedived $300, but they got $550 a share, times another 55 million shares, they're going to raise $30 billion, effectively double the value of the company. And then how many decades? That's over a decade. I'm telling you right now, that's over a decade of capital that they would have had to earn. They've priced in about 70 years of profit here, guys. It was 35 years of profit, I believe they priced in. The company beat by like 1.5 billion. They do like 3 billion, but that's not net. And the stock reached like 80, 90 billion valuation from only being valued at something like 3 billion. Okay, it is absurdly overvalued in a very absurdly short period of time. This capital raise, if he were to do it, this would be a boon for them. That would literally be 10 years of profit for them. So even if they did, so they could do expansion, right? They could line up new contracts. They could, whatever they want to do, they, $30 billion gives you a lot of leeway to do so. Like even if you go look at the cash on, guys, like this would put them on par with, I think, like Meta. If you want to look at cash on hand, okay? Cash on hand Meta, 61 billion. So about half of Meta cash on hand. Apple, 73 billion. It must be Google or Amazon then. Google 119 billion. Amazon 64 billion. Okay, well, it's not quite up there with those, but I mean, fuck, I don't know what it's up with. It's okay. So Tesla, it would give them more. Oh my God, he needs to dilute 26 billion bucks cash on hand for Tesla. Run it, second richest guy on planet Earth running Tesla. 26 billion cash on hand. They'd raise 30 billion. 30 billion cash, and that's at 550. They could get, if they did at the market means they're going to get 815, 814, 813, 812, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 799, 798. They're going to get all the way until the whole liquidity is gobbled up. Every share that they offer is gobbled up by someone. Maybe it collapses to 300. Who knows? But they would start at 815. That's what an at-the-money market offering is, okay? They need to do an at-the-money market offering on this if they want to be taken seriously at this point, I think, and stabilize. They need to capitalize on that move. You can nominate me for CEO. I'll do $500K a year salary with stock option bonuses, just like good old Elon there, and we'll make it happen, right? Because I think that's the way they got to go. And if this guy doesn't do it, I don't know what the hell is going on in his brain. But I mean, I did my best to tell people on, I shared the video. I did the best to tell them on Stock Twits that there was like no volume in the morning. There was only like 152K with half an hour left to go. No volume. Yesterday's volume was 24 million, 25 million. Today wound up being 35 million, but the volume was gone. So I knew they weren't buying it. They were pumping it on no volume to sucker people in and then crash it down. They were also manipulating the share price. As you can see, stocks were coming through at 1,037, 1,034. They were coming in at 1,032, 25 shares. But the stock price was saying 1,072. It wasn't changing. They were quite literally manipulating the stock price that was being displayed by people. I'm very transparent and open about this stuff, guys. Yeah, I mean, I guess you would have done well. Like right here, this is what I say. The typical bull pumper with 90 IQ can understand shorts. Just hold and pay minimal rates. There was a 0% borrow fee on this, okay? They think that memes, so just like posting memes, can keep a stock vertical at 99 RSI. No stock has been 99 RSI. Best of luck with the memes. I'm about to make 250 to 400 per share to the downside at 3:44 a.m. 250. I called it. That massive of a move, I literally called it. And the stock was down over $250. At 1,080 minus 815 was 265. It didn't go 400, but that was a possibility based on the moving averages, okay? So that's all I got. I want to see some new faces in here. I'd love for people to sign up and roll the dice with me. We've got over 200 members. Let's see if I can... Where do I go? Server settings? Members? We used to have, in all honesty, we used to have 400, but sometimes shorting or buying puts isn't for everyone. They can't figure it out. So 266 members, okay? 266 members, and this is a paid Discord. So, and a lot of these people have been with me for the whole ride. So that should speak volumes to you if you're new to the channel. That should speak volumes to you, okay? If your mentality, if you don't know how to short or you don't know how to buy puts or you don't know that, we teach that in here. You'll learn, okay? You don't have to be an expert trader to come in here and do that. But, I mean, we've had a lot of success. We're going to continue to have a lot of success. I hope that this year we are going to crown 3 millionaires. Last year we crowned 1. I really hope this year it's 3. Today, quite literally, could have been like over 100 millionaires could have come out of my Discord. There's 266 members. If even half of them, 133. Put $7,000 to $10,000 into this play, you're looking at $1 to $1.5 million. 10 grand would have been about $1.5 million, guys. This was the biggest life-changing money event of our entire lifetime. Nothing else compares because it was all doable through the options. Okay, you had Adobe go crazy as well. You think you can't go crazy on options, guys? Look at Adobe today. 14,000% on the fucking options, you guys. 9 cents to 13 bucks. Adobe got smoked. Okay, let me unlink this and show you Adobe. I keep trying to go and then I'm like adding stuff on. Sorry about that. I tend to ramble. But that's the same move. Look familiar, right? And this is a 2-day move, 3-day move, 4-day move, 5-day move. Look at this. So this is actually now becoming pretty close to oversold. The only problem is if you go back 1 year and 1 day, right? You need to learn that charting does matter. That's picture perfect almost. It missed the 200 EMA by a mere $8. So on Tuesday, this might be one you take a call on and you try to see if it will come back up and meet up with that 48 EMA. So it's got, maybe $40 upside. I do think it is in a downtrend, however. I think this could actually try to come and fill this gap all the way down here at the 445 to 455 range. Okay? You're going to have very strong support at 503 first. So most likely, so this is the kind of stuff I go over with my Discord people. Okay, most likely on Adobe, this is what you will see. I want to get this in here too, actually. And then I will end this video because you didn't come here to hear about Adobe. You came here to talk about SMCI with such strong support here. Okay, which that's basically there. You can see it come down to here, this level. And, it'll be like, this will kind of taper off, right? And it'll be like that. And it'll check that, and it'll probably come down, and it'll either check this, and that's when it'll head like that, or you're coming for this gap here, which is around here. So you've got two scenarios. And I am leaning towards the second scenario. Fill the gap, establish a new area of support, and then try again. Okay, that's kind of what I'm aiming for with Adobe. I'm gonna upload that to the Discord. My name's Kevin. This is Free From It All's channel. I want you to become free from it all through stock trading. I want you to do it the right way. I want you to know what you're doing. I want you to learn what you're doing. I don't want you to be a follower necessarily. Okay, just because I said I wanted people to go in on my call out. I was hoping and praying that they would listen and that they did. But that doesn't mean I just want you to follow. I do want to teach you to fish. I want to teach you how to trade. So you can be, you'll stick around and you'll be a productive member of the group, because the more eyes we have on the entire market and on stocks in general, the better it is for everybody. That's how we help one another. This I hold it for you, that's all bullshit. Actually, just bring in actionable information to people. That's what it's all about. That's what we can that's how we can succeed and grow and prosper financially, and benefit one another from is that kind of help. Okay, guys, so you have yourselves a good long weekend. Cheers.